Happy Sunday, beautiful souls. This is Shamama Hunting Owl with a new message for the twins for this week. I don't usually record messages on a Sunday, but I was guided to do so. It's Sunday night here at home, and message had to come out. It was time. So I want to always start by saying thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing both my videos here on YouTube as well as my Facebook daily card readings, Instagram, and Tumblr stuff. Thank you all for being part of this tribe and supporting each other so greatly in this process of what we go through on this journey. Okay, I also want to give some shout outs. I had promised that I was going to do some shout outs for some gifts that I had received, and I just haven't had a chance to do it, so guess what, we're going to do it today. So I want to thank Hillary Marie and Stacie Garner. They had sent me some beautiful jewelry. Actually, this necklace, this infinity necklace, is one of the pieces, and these earrings are another one of the pieces that I was just received from them. And they sent me a bunch of other stuff, bracelet and another pendant. And I want to thank you both from the bottom of my heart for the beautiful gifts and the thoughts and for the love that you sent me in giving me these gifts. So thank you both so very much. I will put Stacie's jewelry shop information in the box, in the description box under this video, so you guys can get a hold of her and buy some of her beautiful pieces, because she makes gorgeous stuff. Okay, so I want to talk first. This message is going to be heavily about the first wave twins, and if this resonates, great, and if this doesn't, it doesn't. But this message is really for the first wave twins. And so just listen and take it in, and if you feel like you're fitting in that area and it resonates with you, then wonderful. So I want to start by talking about that Saturn just went direct on, I think, yesterday, and that is finally the closing of the Lionsgate portal from 8/8. And with that closing of this portal, we have started a complete, not even a new chapter on this journey, but an absolute complete new book, new volume. Everything up until now, we can like kind of forget about, in a sense that none of those things hold true anymore for the first wave twins. The new book is the book of union. It is the book and the new templates of us coming together with our divine counterpart. And with that, it's a start of a whole new journey, and it's a new process of where we are at. And it's not to say that we should forget about the things that we've learned along the way, but the template has changed. So there's a different structure that's being put into place with the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So I want to start with a vision that I had on the night of the new moon and the solar eclipse. I was sitting out by the fire like I always do for the new moon and full moons, and I was shown a vision. And the vision was about the divine masculine. And actually, while I was sitting outside, there was like this crazy, like, it wasn't raining here at home. It was actually a really clear night, but there was all of this these lightning bursts. But they weren't bolts. There was just like the sky would just light up and in these beautiful bursts of lightning without the bolts. And I was like, wow, this is like super powerful. There's all this like electric energy in the air tonight. And they showed me that it was the divine masculine, actually, and I'm going to use it as plainly as I can, sort of being like struck in the head with lightning bolts, waking them up. And not just waking them up, but activating them. So it was more than even just a wake up. It was an actual activation. And as they were getting struck in the head with these lightning bolts and activated, there was like a homing beacon that went off. And it was sort of like a ping, ping, ping. And the pinging on this homing beacon was resonating, was sounding in the masculine's head, and they were beginning to walk their path toward their divine feminine in almost like a zombie-like manner, where it was like they were overcome they had been taken over by the process, by the journey, by being called home, that they were activated, and they knew that they just needed to start walking toward home. I spoke to a very dear friend of mine who I want to thank Susie very, very much. Suzanne, you are amazing. You are wonderful. She is a medium, and she is also a healer in this community. And so if any of you are interested in doing any mediumship work or healing work, I will put her information, Suzanne, in the description box also. She is fantastic, phenomenal. So I encourage you all, if you're looking for that kind of work to be done or to work with someone in that way, to reach out to her. But Suzanne and I were talking about all of this and what this meant. And she actually had a vision of the twins, masculine and feminine, merging. And this was a different kind of merge. This was actually God putting the twins in front of each other, face to face, and heart to heart, and us melting into one flame. There was no more twin flame. And it was this beautiful blue flame that we now became as one. And this was part of this coming home process. This was us now not being twin flames anymore, but merging into what she called an eternal flame. So there was no longer any separation, not 3D, not 5D. Like, we were completely melded into one body inside the other, with our divine counterpart. Now, this was not just our single body being melded into ourselves, our divine feminine, our divine masculine, in our one individual self, but this was actually being melded together with our divine beloved counterpart. So part of what this brought up for Suzanne and I was that we wanted to kind of get away from the term twin flame, because we are no longer, those of us in the first wave, those of us who have done our healing, those of us who are ready to take these next steps into union, we are no longer twins. We are truly one eternal flame of love. That is what we are now. So I found this was just an absolutely beautiful, beautiful vision that we were able to kind of put together. Now I have some notes because I don't want to miss anything, you guys, because as you know, I get a little scatterbrained when I start to talk. So I just want to look at my notes really quick. Okay. So what we're talking about is we are being in this process of melding into one with our divine beloved counterpart. We are being asked, we are being forced to face ourselves as a whole, accept all the parts of who we are and who we have been, not just for ourselves, but for our beloved, for our counterpart, for our divine masculine. As if we can't accept all of ourselves, how can we even accept all of who they are? So this was a beautiful little process that's been going on this week that I've kind of been working through my own steps in this. And I share this with you because there is a need for us to become whole in ourselves, to make this merger, this melding happen with our divine counterpart. And for me, this week, I was forced to look at parts of what I term old Christine, that I had actually kind of locked in the basement, shoved in a box, hidden up on a shelf, and let collect dust for a really, really long time. Because I didn't understand that old Christine had value and worth. And I thought she was kind of just a troublemaker. And what I realized in this past week is I found the valuable parts of old Christine. So I had to unlock that door and let her ass out of the basement and merge her into the new Christine and make it a complete, and make myself a completely whole person, embracing the beauty of who old Christine was. Old Christine is my warrior. Old Christine is my badass, street smart self, where the new Christine, and being Shamama, is very much the mother, the nurturer, the love, but she's a little soft sometimes. And what I realized was, in being soft, I lost a lot of my discernment and my warrior that I am. And that's not to say that old Christine is the one that needs to rule. Okay, she is not the ruler. The new Christine, the merged Christine is. Old Christine doesn't need to take the reins. The new Christine takes the reins, and she lets everybody have a piece of what is going on in the process. So I share this with you because you all need to, it's time to look at all of our pieces. What have we kind of turned away from and locked away and not really paid attention to and seen the value in of ourselves? What areas are we still judging ourselves, and where are we judging our beloved counterpart? Where are we judging our divine masculine in their who they are now and who they are becoming and who they were before? It's all beautiful parts of what made us fall in love with them and with ourselves. So I want everyone to kind of understand that this is where the wholeness comes in. It's not about rejecting who you were. It's about integrating all the beautiful parts of yourself and understanding the purposes that those parts serve. And so, okay, so with this understanding of wholeness, there is a phase, there is a step of where we need to be now. And that is, we need to be leaving behind all of our fears in our connection with our divine counterpart, with our beloved. We have to get to a place in this new book, because this is a new book, a completely new book, new rules, new everything, as to how our relationships are going to unfold. So we need to leave behind the fears in this connection that we have. We need to leave behind the doubt. We need to leave behind the worry about, oh my God, I really feel like I want to text him or her, but what if they don't respond, or what if this, or what if they get mad, or what if they say fuck you, or whatever. We are in a place where the fears need to go, because we are in a place of true love, true, heartfelt, unconditional love. And there is nothing wrong with expressing that love, again, without conditions and without expectations. It's allowing our love to flow and just pour out upon our divine counterparts, upon ourselves, and upon the rest of us as we are in this unity consciousness, as we are all one. We are in union with ourselves, with our beloved, and with the collective as a whole. And there is no room to hold back on pure, genuine expression of just love. Okay? I also want to say that we are at a place where we need to be very careful about the intentions that we are setting, and where our thoughts go and where our hearts go. Okay? Because a lot of us, when we are in a fear place or a doubt place or an angry place, are sending mixed messages to God, the angels, universe, whoever you want to call your higher power, okay? And when we send these mixed messages of, oh my God, okay, I want to text my twin, but I'm scared. What if he gets angry? What if I catch him in a bad mood? What if he doesn't respond? What if he says fuck you? That energy is being felt by our counterpart. So when they receive that message, they go, oh, I don't know, there's fear, there's doubt, there's confusion, there's anger, and they feel that same energy. We are the master creators, okay? We are the magicians. We can create our reality. And when we send these mixed messages, when there's fear underlying, okay, the result or the outcome of an action or a thought, that shit's gonna manifest. in our 3D physical world. So we are going to see that immediately as a reflection of what's going on inside of us. And again, this is at this step of the journey. I am not referring to those who are not in this place of feeling full union and no longer feeling in separation with their twin at all. Okay, so it is time for us to become fully 100% committed to our beloved, to be ready to welcome them with open arms, complete forgiveness, holding nothing back from the past, allowing everything, even if the past was yesterday, let that shit go. Every day, I think I said this in one of the last videos, every single day we wake up as a new person in the new process of this journey, as do our beloved, as does our divine masculine counterpart. And in that, we need to understand that they are not the same. They are truly in a place of heart, okay? They are nervous that we don't forgive them because we have held on to so long this unforgiveness, this sort of open heart, closed heart, open heart, closed heart. Okay, I saw my twin and it was great when we saw each other, and then I didn't hear from him for 3 days, so then I get mad and I want to punch him in the face. That shit's got to go. Okay, that shit's got to go. There is no room for that anymore. This is only about true love. True love with no conditions. Being able to open our hearts fully and forgive everything and let go of the fears and the anger and the things and the hurts that we have held on to. Moving into that place so we can have complete merger, so we can melt into each other and become one eternal flame of love. So with this, the divine masculine are reaching out in very, very huge ways, okay? They're reaching out in the 5D, they're reaching out in the 3D. Our signs and synchronicities have been off the freaking charts. I mean, and for them also. Our beloveds cannot get us out of their minds, their hearts. They are seeing the signs and synchronicities just as strongly as we are. Even though they may be trying to hide their heads from it, they can't. There is no hiding from these signs and synchronicities that are happening on both sides. There's no denying it. And they know. So, as they start to reach out, they're reaching out from a very, very vulnerable, incredibly raw, vulnerable place where they need to know that they are forgiven. They need to know that the divine feminine has moved out of that place of holding things against them. And the only way they're going to know that is if we fully open our hearts to this love, okay? And allow them to come in. Not go reaching and grabbing for them, but to allow them, to hold our arms open and just allow them to flow into us. And with complete acceptance for who they are, and the light and the darkness in them, as well as the light and the darkness in us. They are testing the waters, the divine masculine. They're testing the waters just as you would test the waters before you put a baby in a bathtub. These little steps that they are taking, okay? These little steps they are taking are not crumbs. This is a different chapter. This is a different book. Fuck the chapter. This is a different book, okay? So before, the crumbs that we would refer to are not what is happening now. If you are in this place of first wave, feeling like you're in union, knowing there is no separation, you've done your work, you now know that what the divine masculine is doing in these baby steps are not offering crumbs to their divine feminine, okay? They are truly testing the waters, making sure it's safe, okay, for them to start to continue to come forward. and actually actively put their plans and strategies that they have been making for weeks and weeks and months now into action. Like I said, they are on their horses, they are riding toward us, they are moving, the homing beacon is gone off. Our light is so bright that they can't resist, and it's drawing them in. It's that homing beacon to their hearts. It's calling for them, and they are hearing it, and they are moving forward. So I don't want you to see that if they reach out and then they go back a little bit, that's them giving crumbs anymore, because they're not. They are truly ready to start walking forward and putting their plans into action. They just need to test the waters and make sure it's safe. And as long as your hearts are completely open and you are in a place of acceptance and forgiveness, this process is going to speed. Okay, this is happening incredibly, incredibly quickly for the Divine Masculine, for those whose feminine are in this place, okay? The Divine Masculine is ready. I mean, literally the other night, I heard, like, the higher self of my Divine Masculine and other Divine Masculines in the collective, like, be like, we're done. I'm done. I haven't said, I'm done with this, like, this shit that was going on that I was dealing with, this 3D fucking bullshit that I was dealing with. And the Divine Masculine were like, we are done. We are done with the karma. We are done with this bullshit. We see what it's about now, and we know where we belong. We belong home. We belong home with our Divine Feminine in this beautiful, eternal flame of love. So, with that, you guys, I did do a drawing. I used one deck and one deck only, and that was the Whispers of Love, okay? And oh my God, what a divine and beautiful message we received, okay? So I will share that with you, and the underlying energy of this reading, okay, is true love. True love. This is what this is about. This true divine love. I mean, look at this card, how beautiful it is, you guys. That is us. That is us merging into our eternal flame. And it says, this love is a once-in-a-lifetime love. And that's what this is. That's what being a twin flame is. This is a love like no other, because they are us and we are them. And this is complete acceptance. Okay? The first real card for this reading, and again, this is just, this is like a story. This is a progression story. This is not like masculine, feminine. Is look at the patterns of your relationships. Okay? This is the card that explains, like, look at your intentions. Look at the things in your past. Look at how you've played out this relationship with your twin. Okay? See the patterns. Recognize the things that have tripped you up all along. Recognize the fears, the mixed messages, and really look at these patterns and go inside. It says it requires, okay, so it says look at your patterns in relationships. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. These are the changes that need to take place. This is the embracing of all of yourself. This is the acceptance, the forgiveness that we have held on, you know, the shit we had held on to in the past. It's time to let that go. So this is going within right now. If you want your union, if that is your ultimate goal of this journey for you, and there are some people who don't give a fuck about their union, but there is a good portion of us, myself included, that my union and my mission are my goal. And you need to go within and look at the behaviors and look at the things that you've done that have sent these mixed messages, that have confused the fuck out of your twin. I know I've confused the fuck out of my twin. I saw so many things over this past week that I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? I was so stuck in a place of still having, like, there was some hurt and there was still some fear, and it's gone because I was able to look back and really dissect the parts of myself that were holding me back, and that was holding up the energy with my twin. He was reflecting everything to me that I was putting out there. And that's gone. That's done. Because the only thing that I reflect now is true love. Period. And that's where we need to be, you guys. Okay. So with that card about looking at your past patterns and relationships is like attracts like. Which again is that reflection. Okay? What you put out there is what you will attract. And this card says, if you are longing for more love in your life, you need to be more loving. Okay, again, these are the dynamics of reflecting. If we put out fear, we're attracting fear. If we put out unforgiveness, we're attracting that same thing. So really look at what you still need to do to fix, heal, change your perspective, and really just set your intentions clearly. Part of this is doing your healing work. A huge part of this is doing your healing work. They're telling me to look at the numbers of these cards, but I can barely see them because, as you guys know, I am kind of sort of blind. So I'm going to just put on the light on my phone. Okay, so the first card is a 32, which is a 5, which is a change. Like attract likes is a 2. Okay. Okay, and then we started with the true love card, which is a 30, and then we move on to have faith. Okay, guys? And have faith is a 12, which is a 3. Okay? And have faith talks just about trust. Have faith in this situation. You know, all these beautiful butterflies are blooming. They're coming out of their chrysalises. We are changing. We are transforming. Our divine masculine is changing and transforming, as are we. We are continuing to change and become these new people. Start this new book in our relationship. And we've got to have faith. We have to have faith. And I really, over the past week, you know, the message has been reconnect with God. Reconnect with God's energy. Reconnect with Source. Pray. Pray, pray, pray. And listen. Listen to your messages. Listen to God. Ask Him the questions. Have Him show you what you need to see. And then listen. Listen to what He says. So part of having faith is really about the prayer. Praying and getting in that place of praying and listening and hearing and feeling those messages from the divine. Okay, so the next card we have is a 44. Okay, so 44s are always about, you know, as far as I'm concerned, building a solid foundation. And this is the getting to know each other card. Okay, this is what is happening as our divine masculine is coming back into our lives. There is this new period, okay, of getting to know each other, of becoming familiar with the new us, with the wholeness of who we are now, in the healed place of who we are now. And this card says, learning to meet each other's needs for love is important for a relationship to grow. And that's what we're doing as we're merging, as our divine masculine is coming forward, as we are building this firm and stable foundation, which is the 44, which is actually, you know, 2 4s, and then it's an 8, which is the infinity, which is my necklace, the infinity, which is super cool. We are building this relationship. We are building this amazing, stable foundation for this new relationship. Because it is a new relationship. It is not the same relationship we had with our divine masculine prior to now. This is a completely new ballgame, guys. Okay? A whole new book, a whole new chapter of getting to know who we are to each other now. So the last card for the reading is the Union of the Hearts. And this is a number, I think it says a 28, which is a 10, which is the new beginning. And look at how beautiful this card is, you guys. The Union of the Hearts. This is the vision of the twins being put together with God, by God, face to face, heart to heart, and melting into one, becoming one tree, becoming one flame with each other. And it says, there is a connection of love that defies explanation. And this twin flame connection defies all reasonable 3D reality-based explanation. We fell in love with people who we encountered in a split second, felt all kinds of feelings and things that we never even thought were possible to feel, all because we knew they were the other part of our soul. They were the other part of who we are. And we are in this place of complete union of our hearts, of our souls, of ourselves in this journey with them. So it is time for us to embrace all of this. Okay, guys, so I think I'm going to wrap this up. I am going to thank you all for understanding that this message may not resonate with everybody because everyone's not in this same place. But this was very important that the first wavers really hear, and that the second and third wavers hear, because you know why? As you continue second and third wave to do your healing work and to push forward on this journey, this is what you're coming to. This is where you will be. But you have to keep working ahead. You have to keep living through the process. And take this journey seriously, because this is about true love. This is about having it all. Not just the love, the mission, the whole divine beauty of this union. Okay? So guys, with that, I am going to thank you all again. Remind you, if you want sessions with myself or with Suzanne, or if you want to order jewelry, everything's going to be listed in the bottom, in the box under this video for everybody that you need to get a hold of. So, so please check there. I want to thank you all again for sending so much love and light into my life, and just being amazing and part of this family. This tribe is beautiful, and I love you all. So I am sending so much love and light, gratitude and blessings always, beautiful souls. I love you. Have a great week, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.